My name is Natalia. I live in Sunnyvale, but I'm calling right now from LA.
Hello, Natalia from
Hmm.
Sunnyvale and LA. So, I guess you're calling about family court like everybody else here. So, what you can
Yes,
add to our conversation here?
yes, I do.
If you can
And
actually lower your computer, looks like you're listening us through the computer.
yes, yes.
You,
Let me lower
uh,
it down a little bit. Yes.
yes, you universal u923fm.com, and you can hear us live on every electronic device right now connected to the internet from all over the world. Yes, please, Natalia, what would you have to add to us?
For me, it's actually a case where with no case. We had an MSA signed with the father at the time of separation. Whenever father didn't want to take care of the children, he didn't want to have any custody. Although I insisted on him having some. At the end, he just wanted to have the visitations. And at some point, when the children grow up, father just come to the court and claim that he wants now 50-50. At the time, father had 2 DUIs, and what I know from his past life before, he also was diagnosed with medical disease. But still, we're in court for 3 years right now. I still have sole legal and sole physical, but the court just, I'm just being basically abused by the court system because all the money that's supposed to go for the children right now I spent in defense against the other parent who is being more abusive, more unstable, and still want to have custody without actually being able to comply with the court stipulations.
So, did you report that the father has DUI, drunk
Yes,
under influence, and was
yes,
he
he
abusive to
actually
the children?
his second DUI. He actually had his second DUI whenever he filed for 50-50, but his attorney covered him, saying that he doesn't know anything about it. And whenever at the time it came to light, the judge just said that it does not affect his parenting skills.
Now, I noticed that you have an accent. I guess you have Russian background.
Yes.
Does it help you? We talk about cultural and social differences. Does it get easier for you to be in the court, be in Russian, or what you can say of your experience?
No, not at all. We got completely misunderstood. Whenever I've been asked about to speak out about the father, what's wrong with him, usually for me it's really hard to say something against the dad of my children because I have custody and we are managing that. He's being aggressive from time to time, abusive. He's being there or he's not being there whenever he wants or whenever he doesn't want. But I'm able to manage it and actually to cover his behavior. So children won't really. Children will have the picture of the good dad. So whenever court ask me those questions, I feel uncomfortable. Going back to Stalinism times and just bragging about the father of the kids. But from the other side, that's what he does about me. A little bit because it's hard to do since I'm a custodian and doing a good job.
So, do
But
you?
yeah, and I got that the court doesn't understand what's wrong with the dad. Court doesn't understand what is the drinking among Russian culture. What does it mean? What does it mean to DUIs? What does it mean that you can sign some stipulation, but if there's nobody to check on you, you won't be following them? What does it mean to be in the same crowd of Russian people when you get together and you just get drunk with the kids running around? This is something that I don't want my kids to be in.
So
They don't
do
really
you?
understand how serious it is.
What's your opinion about abusive parents taking away child from the other parent? Do you see this as a truth, not truth, or what's your experience on that?
Unfortunately, it's truth. I couldn't believe that until I fall into this situation myself. It is true. In our culture, it's obvious that if the parent were abusive towards his spouse, he will be abusive towards his children. It's just continuation of the same behavior. Another thing that if the children have one home, one custodial parent, that means that they're already family, that they live together, they have it's basically their own unique family unit that is untouchable. It's not that you can come, claim, and take away somebody. It's already there. In American college culture, it's just for some reason children considered to be like an asset, probably that you can easily take away, and it's really scary. It's really scary. Scary that all the decisions made in the courts, they basically based on nothing. That you don't know the rules when you came to the court because you assume that the judge will know the rules and regulation and that she will or he will speak out for you, that he will kind of defend you, so you trust them. But whenever they don't do that, they basically they have their own agenda and they place you in this situation whenever you give up your rights without basically falling into a trap that they say that it's not going to harm you. Just sign something, just do something, it's okay. And then at the end it comes against you that you did it on your own will. How come you didn't know what you're doing?
Do you think for the immigrant mother did you deliver your children here in America?
My first child was born in Japan. My second child was born here. They have an Israeli citizenship, and the little one, she also have an American citizenship.
So, do you think by immigrant mother, being already alone from your country, but even so you made that choice yourself, that you are alone from your friends, from your probably lots of relatives away, does it feel, that you misunderstood in the country, you probably came to, realize American dream?
Oh yes, it's actually both ways. I'm being misunderstood as well as I also misunderstood and trying to translate everything into same semantics that I used to have in my own culture, and I actually misinterpreted really wrongly until a person supposed to live for some time here and have maybe some close relatives or friends who came before that, who have your support, who will ease the connection between you and between the place and you live. So it takes few years actually to feel what small meanings of people's actions, people's intention. What does it actually mean in this culture? How it can be interpreted.
And I want to just stay online, please. I would like to come back to our attorney, Sergio, here to comment on what he heard here so far.
I had a few questions and comments about what we've been talking about. My first is, it seems like a recurring theme that some of the parents who've had some of their rights taken away or they've had really bad decisions given to them by family law courts. The common theme I think I'm hearing is that lack of funds makes it so that you don't get your voice heard. Would you agree with that, caller?
Yes, that's true.
So that's definitely one issue that's a challenge for people to get their fairness and their justice. One thing that just occurred to me while I was thinking while we were talking about these issues is that, first of all, if you believe that you are a victim of a crime or if a family member is a victim of a crime, many district attorney offices have something called a victim assistance office, and you can go seek them out, and it's part of their job. It is their job to assist you, and maybe they will also guide you towards resources where you can find help. I don't have the information on me right now, but I am aware that there are several agencies throughout the Bay Area that help people who are of immigrant backgrounds and who need help with different issues. And they're either going to offer you legal help that's free or of low cost. And if any of the listeners or anyone that is interested wants to get those resources from me, they can email me and I can respond and get you that information to see if maybe there are some organizations that are willing to help people at either no or low cost, especially immigrant communities who have a hard time finding that their chance at the American dream is being blocked by lack of funding.
That would be really helpful. Thank you. Yeah, sure. What I also found that would be really helpful in family court is to have a jury in prosecution for perjury, because it seems that the other side, since being more aggressive, they just came with some false allegations. They put it to the edge, and they're getting some orders against me.
And it's usually probably happen on emergency expert cases where not enough time to.
In my case. Mm-hmm.
when it's not enough time to check into the situation, and in few hours would be decision made who the child goes to. And those, like squeaky wheel get the oil, so those who complain the most, I guess they get what they want usually, and that's unfortunate. On another hand, I would like to find out from Sergio how we can find you. What is your website?
My website is www.your first with the number 1 st defense defense.com. You can write to me if you're interested in seeking out resources for help, and I have a list on my computer. I can look those up, especially if you're looking for immigrant resources.
And
I was also wondering if it's possible to do a background check on the people that they met in the court, like evaluators, like my ex-spouse lawyer, because sometimes the behavior is being really scary. This lawyer, he speaks in Russian to me outside of the courtroom. He threatens me. He says that if I will go forward, he will extract all the money they have from me. He says that my daughters are pretty. I don't know how he knows about how my daughters are looking. He also asked, the first time he asked for me to disclose the passport. He asked to disclose the passport directly to him.
So
and
we see attorney wants to answer to this a little bit. What would you like to say?
I would say to everyone in the community, and Ms. Natalia, you have a complaint about a lawyer who I believe you're saying was being very unprofessional and very rude and threatening. A lot of people in the community don't know that we lawyers are lawyers, and only we have that privilege because the state of California gives it to us, and it can be taken away if we act inappropriately. You can go to www.calbar.ca.gov, and you can look up information there and file a complaint if you feel that there's any attorney in the community who is cheating you of your money, who is lying to you, who is threatening you, who is using unprofessional conduct. I practice myself.
What kind of evidences would they like to do? Because obviously people that do this kind of things, they are aware and they feel protected. They try to do things that so you cannot record them, you won't expect them. Probably if you go to this website and trying to file a report on somebody, they will need some proof that it actually happened, right?
Well, actually, every system handles things differently. The criminal courts handle things in a very, very strict way. It's from what I'm hearing tonight, it seems like the family court system has a loose idea of what is justice. But the California bar, they take complaints against attorneys very seriously. And you would be surprised that you don't necessarily have to have a recording to get your voice heard in that way if you are alleging that an attorney is being unprofessional.
Because it looks like the more complaints was filed against attorney or against abused parent and more witnesses, possibly that may help in the future, at least, if not right away, but in the future, because the evidence already there. Instead of keeping it inside of yourself and feel that you are an inadequate parent.
Yes, I guess my bottom line is for people to speak up. And there are ways for your voices to be heard. Maybe not right away, but they will be heard. And the Cal Bar website is one place you can go if you're being challenged, threatened in a very unprofessional way from an attorney. Like I said, we have a privilege to practice with our license, and it can be taken away, it can be suspended, we can be disbarred. And it happens all the time when people abuse their right to practice.
And thank you for Natalia calling us. We will come into commercial break and come into a Russian hour of our program. And you listen Olga Show, olgashow.org. You're welcome to contact Sergio at his website, yourfirstdefense.com. For those who wants to help Misha case, who the child we talked earlier today, then you please write email or send donations, kind donations through PayPal, olgacherry@yahoo.com, olgacherry@yahoo.com. And contact us again, and we will keep you informed as much as we can.
Thank you for listening to U92.3.